Hey there, it's Melissa and I'm back, and believe it or not, this is my secret not secret kit for October last year. I know, and if you've been watching my videos or lack of videos, you'll know that we've just had nearly 8 weeks of school holidays, and in that time you'd think you'd get a lot of stuff done, but you don't because you're looking after your children. But anyway, I really want to finish this kit because I have shared my next kit and I haven't even started it. So this is really, could probably be the last one that I do because I am running out of stuff. So we'll see how I get on. But this is a photo of us, Sean and I, with Sam and Azaria. They were quite little. So these are the tickets for this boat trip, and it's October 2012. So quite a long time ago. And I've kept these, and what it is you go on the Earnslaw, which is the steamship, and I think it was built same time as the Titanic, so it's historic. And Sean was performing over at Walter Peak, which is where it sails across Lake Wakatipu to Walter Peak, and he was performing there on a family fun day, and so we got to go along as well. And this is what you get. It's kind of the real ephemera. See if we can even see all of it. So basically, this is Queenstown, and you sail across the lake right over, hang on, a bit lighted, right over to here. And anyway, probably not, I don't think I really want to keep, I don't know, all of it. I definitely want to scrapbook it. So you get this pack, and in it are photos, and there's a CD-ROM. So I'm going to think about what I'm going to do. Yeah, really for tourists, because it's a tourist town. So that was commemorating centenary celebration of the Earnslaw, which is why this family fun day happened. So I have to work out what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to include all of these or not. Probably not that one, but yeah. At the moment, they've been sitting in a bag waiting to be scrapped since we went. And as much as I love this whole kind of touristy package, I don't think I need, I don't know, I think I need to do a title page and maybe somehow include all of this. But I do love this big photo here. And they're not on photo paper, I think they're just on paper. So my plan is to use this kit because it has, the colours suit. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get that out. I have to do that off camera. Colours suit, and this will definitely go into the family album. So maybe somehow I'll include the ephemera. Definitely these. I don't want to do 3 separate pages like for each of their albums and the family album. I just want to do it all in one. So that is my plan. I need to have a think about how I'm going to do this. I know that it's not working for me just to have it just like this, because like I said, it was just in a bag sitting there doing nothing. Definitely better for me to get it into one of my albums, and then we can look at it, go back and look at it as a family. And I think I have more photos somewhere of this actual day, not official ones, but ones that I took. So this would make a good cover page anyway, because that's us leaving. So the options are that I can scrapbook with smaller 4x6, or I don't know what size that is. Quite like that though, because it's got the date. So anyway, we'll see how we get on. Yeah, and you can watch my process. Now, I don't think this is going to be one of those pages where it's just absolutely beautiful and you know, a work of art, because it's more about memory keeping and recording the event. And so those ones, you know, it's not like I've got an amazingly beautiful photo and I'm going to showcase some product and just, yeah. The motivation is more documenting the memory and the ephemera. So we'll see how we get on. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to be beautiful, but that is not my main goal. So anyway, I'm going to get started. So on second thought, I've decided, because this is actually pretty special and a one-off, because it is that centenary celebration of the Earnslaw, I've decided that I don't want to pull this apart at all. I want to keep all of it. So that's a decision we have to as scrapbookers, whether we're going to go for the photo and make it look beautiful, and like I said before, or whether actually there's value in this entire pack. So I did get these out, but what I've decided is I'm going to keep them in there to make me laugh because their paper is not cut straight, you know, scrapbooker and me, but it doesn't matter. I actually do want to keep this. It's got really interesting information. I want to keep the CD-ROM where it belongs, and in the future, you know, this could be quite valuable. And so now I'm thinking, and I never do this, and I don't know if I'm going to, but I'm wondering whether it could be a double page spread, but I don't know. I really struggle with that. But what I will show you is what I've got left are these papers. So that one talks about autumn. I think that was October, which is spring, but really cold. It can still be really cold here. So these are what I've got. You can see the giraffe that I cut ages ago on my silhouette. Some gold. This is the only full sheet that I've got left, and I've been hoarding it. Yeah, actually I really love that pattern on that side. So yeah, I'm going to have to fiddle around a bit and see how this is going to work. So see, that's going to take up a lot of real estate on the page, but I'm okay with that. So I'm even wondering about having that as a background. So what I need to decide is whether we're going to go for a double page and have like the ephemera pieces on the other side and probably the journaling. You know what? I think I'm going to do it. I think it's going to be a massive mega challenge for me, but hey, it's good to push yourself. And I could even, because it's got that, like the celebration thing on there, have that on that side and tuck, make a pocket and tuck all of them in. Okay, I'm going to think about how I'm going to do this. When I come back, it'll be into the actual pages, now that we've committed to double page. Yeah, exciting times here today. I'll be back in a sec. So I'm back, and I've got Brielle here, and she would like to say something, wouldn't you? Hello. She's saying hello, and she's waving at you. So what I'm doing here, yeah, it is me, is just looking at the ephemera that I'm including. So I've already shown you that live. And I knew I wanted to use this piece of beautiful wood grain paper, and I think that I'm going to use it on both of my pages. So here I just worked out how much I needed, used my fingernail to mark where to cut it.
Hi.
She's saying hi again, and trimming it off. Yeah, that's enough now, okay? And so I'm going to make a pocket with it. So I'm just sort of going through the other bits and pieces there to make sure, but no, I've committed to this one, I've cut it. So I've decided for this page to have that photo, it's got a filter on it that the photograph people that take these photos for that company, for the Earnslaw company, it's like a, yeah, Brielle's actually got the real scrapbook page and showing me there. So it's got a filter that's, I guess, I don't know what you call it, what's 100 years old. So it's trying to be relevant to that time with a modern day photo. And so here I'm using that blue paper. That is not from this kit. It's from, I think it was a hip kit. Or I can't even remember. Or maybe it was from this one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then I really wanted to use that piece of craft paper with the arrows on it. Stop it, please. And so just putting my photo on there. So I'm wanting to add some layers and use up some of these papers. I'm using my Close to My Heart distress tool just to distress the edges. And I like the look that that adds, especially with that old looking photo. So here is the distress oxide from the kit, and I'm just using it for the packaging technique. I felt that the white at the top, or the white cardstock, was very stark and plain, and it needed something else. So I'm just putting that on. Now I'm not worried whether it works as an oxide like it's meant to or not. I just need some colour on there, and since that's from the kit, I'm going with it. So you'll see like the pocket will be over the top, and that'll just be in the background. And of course I'll have the ephemera in there as well. So I love this little piece of cut off. It's from the little one of the 6x6 papers that Christina put in the kit, and I loved it, so I had to use it. But before I do that, I am wanting to put some foam behind that photo, which is actually a postcard now that I look at it. So I don't know what kind of paper it's on, just cardstock, I guess. I don't know if it's acid free. It doesn't matter. We'll deal with that later. So here I'm just wanting to trim this because it has got the hole where it hangs on a hook to be sold. So I've just cut that bit off. And then I'm just tucking a little piece of it underneath the photo. So here is my cardstock, which I think is nearly dry. I used a paper towel just to dab it. And then I've put this down and I've put it in a way that I've got cardstock. I've got double-sided tape. Yeah, I measured it there, so I want to have it so that when it's stuck down, it provides a place for those ephemera pieces to rest on so that they are visible. Otherwise they would fall completely behind that pocket and no one would know they're in there. So here I am adding some mist in gold. It's gold Heidi Swap Colour Shine. Sorry, I've got one eye on this and one eye on Brielle, who's now shut the door to the lounge. So I don't know what she's doing. I guess I'll find out later. So I've stuck that down, and then I went to my sewing machine and stitched around the edge. And I love the way that's looking. So I just trimmed off the edges, the ends of the thread. So now I'm coming back to sticking my photo down and just wanting to work out where I'm going to line it up and also where I'm going to line up that grouping of paper. And I quite like the look of that with the blue overhang. And so I want to make sure that everything is centered, particularly where my photo is going to be. So I'm just lifting up those edges for a bit of interest and just using my fingers to bend them, and happy with that positioning of the photo. So I have adhered it with double-sided tape. You didn't need to see that because this is essentially 2 pages in one video, so it's long enough. This is off the One Canoe 2 sticker sheet. I got a half, so 6x12 sticker sheet, and I loved it. It's perfect for my journaling. I love the little heart on it. And then that set of Dear Lizzie numbers, that wasn't from the kit, but I added it because I thought it went really well, and I'm just adding the date, which is 2012, and I like how that looks down there in the corner. I had this cork ampersand that Christina included in the kit, and I thought it looked really good there. It just links the photos and the journaling spot and the year. And I had that word adventure that I wanted to have as a title for this page. So that little cut apart card, The Mountains Calling and I Must Go, I thought was perfect because we're going across the lake to Walter Peak, which is a mountain, so I thought that worked perfectly. And I love those cork trees. I thought that worked well, just to bring some cork to the other side. Now, I think those kind of trees aren't really big in the landscape there, but it doesn't matter. It goes with the page. It's from the kit, and it's using up the kit. So I just adhere my cork with some liquid adhesive, and that's what I'm doing there. Has been a while since I made this page. Did a duathlon last weekend, so I didn't get any scrapbooking done at all. And then I have been unwell. Both Ava and I were sick yesterday with stomach bugs, so that was really not fun at all. Anyway, putting my journaling on, which is probably what I told you at the beginning, I think, about the Family Fun Day. We got free tickets because Sean was performing, so that was awesome. And then I'm using some of these phrase stickers. I think that's from the One Canoe 2 sticker sheet as well. And I'm just selecting phrases, like one says fun, the other one says together. They go with the colours of this page, and they also go with the theme. So this is a really old basic grey sticker sheet, and I think that little circle had play and work written on it, which I thought was perfect because he was working and we were playing, so that was good. And then it also has these, like, what colour would you call that? Like a dark red wine coloured, I was going to say ampersand, geospot, geotag. Then I added a little sticker. It's like a packaging, aeroplane packaging kind of travel sticker underneath the pocket, and that will just poke out to the side when I put the ephemera in. So now I'm putting in the photos. I had tied these tickets up with that white baker's twine, but it didn't look quite right, so I needed something thicker, and in the kit Christina had included this baker's twine. It's blue, navy actually, navy and white, and I just twisted it around a few times and tied a bow. And my trick to tying a bow is to turn the piece upside down and do it. So that was the first page. You'll see them at the end. Sorry, I didn't realise I was jumping so quickly to this next page, and it's because I have lost some of my footage making the background. But all I did was put those two pieces of paper down, stitch them, and then added that border strip, which I had to rip in the middle to get it down. Sorry about that. I just had to go and take some muffins out of the oven. So what I mean is those 12 by 12 stickers on the basic grey sheet are not really 12 by 12, they're just short, and so they're never going to stretch across the full length or width of your page. So what I've done this on another video, is just to cut or rip in the middle and make sure that the bit where there's separation is underneath the photo, so you'd never know if I hadn't have told you. So that's what I've done there. So now I'm just using these basic grey, Fancy Pants letter stickers, and I'm just putting the name of the boat. And then when I did this, I realised that I was too far with the TSS, I was too far to the right, so I just added a hashtag. And at this point I thought that would be my title, but you'll see that I'll come back soon and add some more. So now I'm needing to work on the sides of this photo. Sometimes I find large photo quite difficult to work with, and this one is particularly large, but also it's got branding and it's got the whole pack. So I had this, I think it's a really old Studio Calico white label sticker with gold trim. It's oval, so I used that, and a You and Me sticker that I think is from, I can't remember. It's an autumn collection. It was not part of this kit. It was in a click kit a few years ago when I was on the design team. So I've added that. Pink paisley, I think. And then I think that smile word potentially was also from that collection, and I thought it worked well because we are smiling for the camera. I've added a little flag from the basic grey sticker sheet, and I just cut that off and tucked it under so you could just see the end of it. And that little flag there is just a cardstock one in the kit, and I thought that went really well on the side there too. Yeah, I've glued down my other tree, and I've added an enamel cross. I had two left from the selection that Christina gave me, and so I was really keen to use them up. And although the colours aren't really represented in this page, I think it looks fine. So that was the branding strip off one of the pieces. It may even be sorry guys, the one you can see on the right there, the main paper I'm using with those wood cuts, and it had some really cute phrases on it, so I thought it worked really well. So I wanted to make sure I got that on the page as well, so I've just glued it under there. You can see some of the things it says: adore, sunshine, wander, discover, adventure, life, and dreamer. The day wasn't really that sunny, but it doesn't matter, you know. So I've added the other cross at the top of those flags, and happy with the positioning of that word smile. So what I've done is put liquid adhesive on the bit that I know is going to stick on that frame, and then the rest of it's just going to hang on top, as you can see, so that when you lift it up it's not stuck to the photo, if that makes sense. So at this point I wanted to add to my title because I felt like that, you know, the Earnslaw thing wasn't enough, so I just put Family Fun Day, I think. Yeah, so that's my whole title. And I also wanted to use up these letter stickers because I hadn't used that many. So I'm really good at using die cuts or stickers or pieces of ephemera that have phrases or words on them. I'm really good, I guess I'm good, at using them as titles, and often I find in a kit that I never get to the actual letter stickers, so trying to make an effort in killing my kits to get to them. So I had to move this around a bit, and I like the fact that I can fiddle with them if you don't press them down too hard. I wanted to have it centered. And then these feathers also came in the kit. They're wood veneer, so I've just positioned 3 of them and just gluing them down. Happy with how they're looking. And then I must be nearly done. This page doesn't have any journaling. It doesn't really need any, and I think it's because there's a lot of information in that pack there. And the journaling is on the other side. So this will be the left side and the other one will be the right. I've just gone through the stickers on those 1 Canoe 2 sticker sheet, and also the pretty little studio cut parts. It had Wanderlust, which I thought was good. It's as close as wanderlusting that we get to without leaving where we live. So I'm just having another look at this sticker sheet to see if there's anything else and adding another geotag. I think there was one left and I wanted to have some continuity with the other page. So I also wanted to use that leftover little piece of that fern kind of floral, more leafy kind of cut apart or branding strip that I told you about before. Now, I didn't think too hard when I made this. I really probably should have thought about which page was on the right and which was on the left, and thought about how they would look next to each other, and I didn't. So it's, I mean, bearing in mind that I have only ever done one probably double page spread in my life, this is the second one ever, I would call this more 2 pages that go next to each other. So they're not like traditional double page, but for me it's probably as close as I'm going to get. So I just added some sequins, and that's my 2 pages. I hope you enjoyed, and here are some close-ups.